Is up, everyone? How we doing? Welcome back to another episode of Vibecoding until I make 100k. Now, got some pretty exciting results for you today to share. I'm not sure if you guys remember much about the last two streams, but we've been slowly focusing a bit more towards the promotion and marketing of the apps that we're building. Now, if you're new to this series, we've basically built two apps at the moment, one of which is a crypto trading bot called Ore Miner, which is live right now. It's been live for, about a month, maybe a month and a half now. And the other app that we have is Sway, which is a prediction markets swiping Tinder-like interface kind of app. And I just want to share that one's actually not live yet. We're still in development, but we're very close to launching it as well. And the goal here is to basically launch an app every month. And we're going hard. What up, Doc for Life? How you doing? We're going hard on not laying all our eggs in a single basket. We just want to spread it out and kind of gauge, like, okay, this one's getting this amount of traction. Let's go a bit harder on this one. This one's getting this amount of traction, because I feel like you get a good idea quite quickly on how well your app is going to do and the product market fit. And so, yeah, let me show you some of our results, because I'm pretty excited about it. So as you can see here, this is our Ore Miner app. And for those who don't remember, we made some pretty banger posts. If we go here, have a look at my X account. The last couple of posts have been quite good. You can see 1.2k likes, 67 likes, 22 likes, 18 likes, 49 likes, 71 likes. It's getting decent engagement, and we had a very good post down here. Where is it? This one. This one got nearly 300 likes, 7,500 views. So what I've actually been doing, because we made a mistake with this post and I learned from it. Now, what I learned was I actually posted this little call to action. Check out Ore Miner for strategic ore automations. Like, too late. I posted it like maybe 8 or 9 hours after I posted this. And it only got like 105 views. So I made an effort this time to consistently post right afterwards. Like, you can see this one only got 1,500 views, but already the call to action has gotten higher views than the viral post that I did, which only got 105 views, versus this one, which got 166 views. Okay, so there's a big difference there. This one got 400 views, and I think that's what you got to track. You got to track the call to action views. Like, yeah, your post is doing well, and that's all sunshine and rainbows, but you also got to make sure that your post, your call to action's getting views as well. Because at the end of the day, that's what your post is for. It's to channel and funnel the users to your application. So if we were to go, this is a more recent one, and I've forgotten the call to action. Yep, cool. Let's do it now. I'll just be like, looking to up your mining game, ? Check out the, I was about to write call to action. Check out Ore Miner for an edge. Alright, cool. Now we've got that going. Alright, sweet. So even if we look at our Ore Miner app, we've actually gained like quite a decent amount of followers. I think 2 or 3 days ago we were at like less than 200. We were at like just under 300. I think we were at like 290. So every single person that follows this account is like very valuable, right? Because when you follow this specific account, you know that this account is like a business account. It's for an app. So unless you're interested in the app, you're not going to follow this account, is basically what this means. So any follow-up that comes to this account is highly valuable. And yeah, you can see the results right here. So 751 total users, guys. That is insane. I remember like a few days ago, we were less than 700. So we've gained literally 51 new users, maybe a bit more than that. Even our revenue has jumped up. Like if we were to just look at an older live stream, and I like doing this because I do forget what we end up hitting. But if we were, I hope you guys like the thumbnail. But if we were to look, like you can see day 9, we're on 1700. So can we see maybe, do I share it here? I should share it eventually because you guys always ask for it. So I do share it if I think, or not. Damn, did I not share it this whole stream? Oh yeah, here we go. Right at the end. All right. So you can see here, if we were to just merge these. I like this new feature, by the way. Chrome lets you split view.
Impressed with Lovable, even with cursor, especially.
And you can see here. So this was streamed 13 days ago. So in 2 weeks, we've literally gone from 600. We've gone an additional 130 users. We've also increased our revenue. Oh, damn, this doesn't have the conversion. So one of the changes I made, because I hated converting, was I converted the crypto into dollars. So I wouldn't have to keep going. But if we were to just go like this, Solana to AUD. So, is that even right? 7.98. So we're at, 7.98. So $167 versus $1,922. Like that is literally, that's a big difference, guys. That's a huge difference. We got 3 active mining jobs. That means there's literally 3 guys using the app right now as we speak. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of growth happening here. One extra thing I wanted to show you is if you actually go on Ore Miner, like the front page, you can see like there's 9 active miners. So what this actually shows, I made it to show this if someone has come into the app within the last 24 hours. So that means there's been 9 users in the last 24 hours. This statistic shows that there's 3 users using it right now. So if we were to just go to our Solana wallet, this is my developer wallet where all the fees come in. And yeah, you can see right there, we've got 2 users going back to back, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. So I think we've actually succeeded in our new feature that we added. So for those who don't know, we added the new feature of this simplified mining kind of dashboard, because this was what it used to look like and it just looks a bit complicated. So yeah, I think all those improvements plus the posting consistently has really bumped our us back up, because I'm not sure if you guys saw, but like, man, if you looked at some of the titles of the live stream, like things were slowing down quite significantly. You can see look at this, right? It went from 1713. It went from 1702 on day 9 to 1713 on day 10 to 1731 to then, and then this one did all right. But you can see it was slowing down. So it looks like we've had a decent jump here from 1847 to 1922. So I think if we just keep up the posting, we're on our way. We need a tutorial on thumbnail making. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to test a bunch of stuff out. Hey, like I'm trying to see what sticks. Throwing a lot of shit on the wall and seeing what sticks right now, Doc. Uh, but yeah, just kind of. I'm like, usually I wouldn't do that sort of thumbnail that you're seeing right now, but I thought I'd mix it up and just see. You never know until you try. So what I want to do is I want to check if we've got more content being lined up here real quick before we get into things. And it doesn't look like we do. So let's pump out 5 posts. Sway also out. All right, let's do a little. Let's do a quick. Can I use any of these? 27 hours driving into this history. All right. So let's do some quick content. You guys already know, I'm just going to repeat what I already do, but I'm going to go to June, which lets me look at analytics on chain. And then I'm just going to do a few screenshots. Make sure it's up to date. This one 3 days ago. Okay, this hasn't been used in a few days. Doesn't mean we can't use it. What can we use? If I was to go, maybe we actually go to this one. This one's a bit more active. Yeah, a day ago. Total protocol revenue is up. Or total protocol revenue. Or revenue in the past 24 hours is very high right now. That is actually very above average. So if we were to go to DeFi Llama and have a look. Now, Ore Miner is on Replit. Yeah, Ore Miner is on Replit. Yes. Okay, so if we were to go. Ore is right here, the 4th highest revenue generator in the last 24 hours. So that is very big news, okay? This will be a good post. I already know. I can feel it in my nuts. This is going to do well. So if I just go... This should get at least 100 or 200 likes. Like, I'm calling this right now because I've just done this style of post so many times and I'm just so familiar with the market right now because of this app that I built. I just know this post is going to do well. So it's like when you have a certain marketing avenue and you just know like this one piece of content performs the best. So you just keep putting ads behind it. That's basically what this is. I just know this one piece of organic content does really well. So I just keep doing it and it doesn't disappoint. And no one seems to copy me either. Like I'm kind of like the only one that does it. People will retweet me alternatively, but no one really seems to copy me. So if I was to go like this, make it look more squarey, maybe like this. Oh, that's not the best one actually. Let me go a bit more like that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, protocol ranking. And then you just screenshot it. I don't even download it, man, by the way. Like, I don't see the need to. This is so much easier. Just screenshot it. Line it up. Boom. Like, this is literally how I make every single post. I just screenshot it like that. Boom. Protocol ranking is cropped out a little bit. Now, the way that I'm going to fix that is I'm just going to move this down. Change the background to this color. Gives it a bit more spacing. Line this up. Alright. This will do well, guys. This will do well. Alright. we'll go like this. Boom. Now this should be lined up properly. Yep. Looks a lot better. Alright. And then I'll just be like, I'll show you what I'm doing, by the way, just real quick. Doobie boob. Oh. X. This is my CV website, by the way, for anyone wondering. I kind of made like this website to send people that want to hire me, but then I changed my mind because I was like, I want to be my own boss. But I'm basically recreating the post I shared earlier, this one. And I'm just going to copy this. And I've just realized I posted it. If I post it here, I can automate the call to action. The the fourth. So, and I'd be like this. So a quick little tip is that if you have like a tag like this, because I've got $or right now, and this helps people find your post, right? But if you actually have it at the very start of your post, it actually reduces your reach for some reason on X. I'm not entirely sure why, but if you just have this tag at the start and then you start typing, it reduces your reach. So what I like to do is I like to just add so or is and it makes it feel a bit more natural as well. So or is currently the fourth largest revenue generator in all of Solana right now, overtaking Jupe and Meteora. And that's just gonna bang. That's gonna bang. So I've got this toggled auto plug, so you can see it just adds the CT or the call to action after I've set it to 10 likes, so quite low. But as soon as it hits the 10 like target, it automatically like posts that underneath. And yeah, this is good to go. I'll go next free slot. I say post in 5 minutes. 6:24. Alright, yeah, done. And there you go. That's how you do it. Didn't you shift from Replit? You were doing something on Claude yesterday. Yeah. So, Claude is. I'm doing another series. Called Learn Claude Code with me, and I'm basically gonna shift over to Claude Code. And I want to do it like kind of ASAP, but I just also want to launch Sway first, which is the prediction market swipe app. It's a bit delayed. Like I was looking to launch Sway like ages ago, so I don't really want to just fuss around with switching to Claude Code. I kind of want to have an entire stream where I just switch over to Claude, and that's kind of that. But I really just want to launch Sway first. All right, this is launching in 4 minutes. The moment it launches. All right, cool. Now let's do one more. So that's kind of gonna bang for the day. I'm not gonna lie. What else we got here? We've got daily emissions. Or daily protocol revenue. We could just go like 420, 25,000 holders. You know what? Can't really think of anything right now, but I reckon that one post is going to carry for the day, and we can go back to writing more content tomorrow. So let's go back to Replit. Let's hit up And let's play some music, by the way. I've just been hustling in silence right now. I never do that. Got a little bit different from the lo-fi beats you're used to. Let me know if that's a bit too loud as well. Also, another thing to note is there is a hackathon. There's a hackathon right now hosted by Solana. The Solana privacy hack starts today. 70k in rewards across 3 tracks. I actually do kind of want to apply for this, so I'm probably going to do it on stream. And yeah, hopefully we win. If we win, the prize money is going to go straight to our progress, and that'll be a huge jump in our road to 100k. So this is kind of cool because it'll be a quick build. You know, hackathons don't usually last too long. If we were to look here, bro, is it just me or does this look like vibe coded as shit, this website? But if we were to look, so we got 15k, 15k, 15k. Yeah, so I think we should apply. Even if we get like one of these smaller ones, we can see. But yeah, I reckon that'll be fun. It'll be a quicker build. And yeah, see, it ends by the 30th of January, so it's like only 2 weeks to build something. So yeah, kind of knocking 2 birds with 1 stone. Where you build an app and you apply for the hackathon. Alright, back here. Let's get rid. Can we get rid of this? When was the last time I did a Git one? Okay. Also, I'm just gonna say right. Oh, I've got Whisper now, so I don't even need to do that. Write an in-depth readme.md file for me to push onto GitHub so that Claude Code and other AI agents can read it and understand where everything is and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like the series is off to a very good start. So if you missed out on the last live stream, we added a little handy little AI toggle up here. And it basically says, like, it gives you an AI insight. It searches the web on Perplexity, and then ChatGPT basically replies with all of this information. It's like, no, Tesla has not launched unsupervised full self-driving to the public as of early January 2026. Progression indicator won't occur before blah, blah, blah. And then this makes you go, no, all right, I'm not going to do it. Hey, and how you doing? How's Claude Code going? What up, bro? I'm doing well. So basically the plan is to basically launch this app. It's very close to being able to launch it. So I just want to launch this app and we're going to switch over to Claude. So I think hopefully the next few streams, maybe next stream even, we can launch this app. And then the stream after that, we can switch over to Claude. And I reckon that'll be a cool stream because I feel like a lot of people are wanting to, you know, especially non-techs like me, they're interested in like trying out new AI agents and switching between things. And, you know, it's not as hard as it is, I think a non-dev thinks it is. Because I thought it was very hard, I'm not going to lie. Even now, I'm still a little scared of it. But I'm not going to lie, the last live stream we did yesterday, where we were learning about Claude Code and we opened the terminal up, that really boosted my confidence towards coding. Like even like having the Whisper tool where I'm able to just talk to it and stuff. Like I feel like I learned so much. We even had like we got the Obsidian writing notepad thing, which was super handy. Like, how do you even make money vibe coding if I can code and I'm broke? I reckon the difference is marketing, bro. You need to do the research and you need to do a lot of preparation before you actually delve deep into the into the app that you build. You need to kind of wear a lot of different hats. Like if you're a one-man team, not only do you need to be able to come up with ideas, you need to be able to do the research, you need to be able to, build the app, you need to be able to build a successful onboarding for the app, you need to be able to market it correctly. Like there's a lot of different hats to just building the app. And for me personally, the only bottleneck that I've ever had is building stuff. Like I've always had to dish that off to a developer or a team. And 9 times out of 10, they're a lot slower than I am because I'm very quick and I work very hard. And so they were always 9 times out of 10 the bottleneck. So now that I've got the power in my own hands to vibe code, I feel like I'm able to meticulously, build it in a certain way that I'm very happy with and able to market and understand myself. Hope that answers your question, bruh. Bruh. Yeah, you looked a little bit overwhelmed at first, but now you're glowing. I appreciate you, Yusuf. Appreciate you. You need to know good ideas marketing. You need to know the market, like what people want. Like, for example, I'll use this app that I'm building right now as an example. But the preparation that I had to have for this app that I built, which is Sway, is you needed to do research. And basically how I did the research was, you're hearing a lot about prediction markets, right? So I go on this platform called DeFi Llama, and basically what it does is it tracks all of the on-chain data that is occurring right now. And so this is like factual evidence of like how well something is performing. There's no fluff here, right? All of these numbers are real because it takes it from the blockchain, and you can't lie with the blockchain. The blockchain is always factual, okay? That's the one good thing about crypto, is it has an open source ledger that no one can fake. So you can see if someone on Twitter has like 10,000 likes on their post, but their platform only has like 5 users, they're botting their likes on their post. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard to lie on crypto. So unless you have a shit ton of money to inflate these numbers. But you can see here, these 3 platforms alone are doing in the last 7 days, and I'll make this a bit bigger so you can see it. But these 3 platforms, Kalshi, Opinion, and Polymarket, literally these 3, in the last 7 days have done $4 billion in trading volume. You can see that right here, okay? $4 billion has been traded in the last 7 days, okay? And, a lot of people think they make money through people losing their bets on the predictions. But the way they actually make their money is through fees. So if you were to do some quick mathematics, so that's 4 billion has 3 sets of 3 zeros. So there's 3, there's 3, there's 3, okay? And if you were to, get 1% of the fees generated, let's say 1% was the fee rate, they would be making $40 million in revenue every single week, okay? Now, for a small creator like me, $40 million, like, bro, what am I going to do with that amount of money? I don't need that amount of money. I need, like, a couple grand, right? So let's say we captured a smaller market share. Let's say we captured, so if we add 2 zeros, that's going to be 1% of 1%, okay? So let's say we captured this amount of volume, okay? We captured $400,000 in trading volume. It sounds like a lot, right? But if you look at how we got there, it's only 1% of 1%. Does that make sense? So they're doing 4 billion a week in volume, and we're trying to capture the 1% of the 1%. So 1% of 4 billion is 40 million, and then 1% of 40 million is 400,000. So if we can capture this amount of volume, we're in a very good position, because what we can then do is charge a 1% fee, which makes us at $4,000. Dude, as a one-man team, an app that generates $4,000 a week, you're cheering, right? So that's the whole maths behind Sway and Swipe, and why I think prediction markets are the place to be. Yo, we've got a positive market. There we go. 4 cents. If I was to actually sell that, I wonder if I was to actually sell this. So we bought it at 70 cents. So why is it saying there's a 4 cent? Let's see. Oh, okay. No, so this is the buy price. Okay, so this is a bit confusing because this makes you think that you bought it at this price. So maybe let's remove that. I'm just going to select it and just be like, let's remove. Can I delete? Oh, yeah, sick. Let's see if that works. Bro, by the way, is your app open source on GitHub? I could help you with to improve it. I'm definitely open to that, man. It is, I think I have just like unintentionally made it open source on GitHub, but yeah, if you want to help out and improve it, go for gold, man. Yeah, just I guess shoot me a DM in Discord and tell me what you've improved or anything like that. But ideally what I want to do is I just want to launch this first, and then we're going to get a lot of feedback in the reviews of the app, and then that's where I'm going to want to like promote a bit more, community involvement with the improvement. But that'll be really helpful for sure, bro. But yeah, I'd just say like, let's launch this app first and see how it does, because then that's going to directly tell us like, okay, this needs improvement. All right, so we deleted the element, which doesn't look like it has been deleted. Maybe I need to do a refresh. Oh, I love this song. I'm going to turn this up and not talk for a bit. Alright, I need to use Whisper. In the Activities tab, when users go to sell their position, can they first be prompted with two options? One is basically the maker or the taker, right? And what I want these to sound, user-friendly, like someone who's never traded before. So one could be like sell now, urgent, or something like that. And then the next one could be like sell later. And maybe there's some inclination or indication that if you sell later, you have a chance of making more money because you're patient, and someone will eventually kind of buy your fee that your position that you've set. Yeah, we need to explain this in a very user-friendly way. All right, in the Activities tab, when users go to sell their position, can they first be prompted with two options? Sell now, and then I go like brackets urgent, and then sell later. The second option should be accompanied by some indication that the user has a chance of making more money because they're patient. Someone will eventually buy their position. We need to explain this in a very user-friendly way. Not only are the fees cheaper, but you can set a price closer to the buy, to the buys in the order book. Usually there is a few cent arbitrage. No, I said discrepancy. Let's see. Let's see if this makes any sense. And then I should probably tag the docs, I've just realized. So let's go to dflow, and then trade tokens. I also kind of wanted to change our platform fees, to be honest. Edit. also review the docs. So we can send this out. This will give us a good... let me get the music back on. Honestly, my goals for 2026 are to earn 10k a month, have my own island, and hopefully meet a shy and cute girl during my travels in 2027. You want your own island? Bro, isn't that like $100 million? Also, man, every time I've kind of been scarred by the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. So anytime anyone mentions an island, bro, that's just where my mind goes. 10k a month would be clean though, hey. Like, I feel like at 10k a month, you're kind of just like, your mind opens up a bit and you're just like, there's a level of like weight that is lifted off your shoulders and you're able to just kind of build on a higher frequency and a higher level because you do not have, you know, these pressures. I feel like you're more flexible and you're able to, you know, do more with your time. No Diddy. Dude, that Diddy documentary is insane, bro. The whole 50 Cent and Diddy stuff, bro. That's actually crazy, hey. Now let me update the cell modal to show the choice screen first. History showing, cool. Yeah, it's expensive, but there are some cheap ones, and it's going to lift a lot of weight from my shoulders, even if it's just 3k a month. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Entrepreneurship is hard, man. Entrepreneurship is really hard. Like, you know, I've got a decent amount of savings, which is kind of why I moved out of home. And I kind of purposefully put myself in this position, but like, I knew that if I was like a bit more like on edge about my finances, because I don't have really any sort of revenue stream outside of the app right now, you know, because I just quit everything so I could do this full time. And I kind of knew that it would put me in a stressful position, but it's in these positions where I perform the best, you know? So, because I know I want to get out of it and I don't like where I am. And I know the discomfort of being in this where I am right now is what's going to push me to want to work harder. So, you know, I kind of put myself in this position on purpose. And, you know, everyone works differently, right? And I wouldn't recommend it. But I've got enough runway to try a bunch of stuff out, and you know, the nightmares will start hitting if the runway gets much smaller, to be honest. Do you remember where 50 was like, he wanted to take me shopping? Yeah, dude. That was crazy. There was also the one of like 50 saying that he went on the ABC channel because he knew that they showed that in prison. And he's like talking about Diddy, and he's like, who's your favorite villain? And then he like says Diddy with like the fattest smile ever. Like, it was like, damn. Alright. So let's go to sell. Sell now, sell later. You could get a better price because you're patient. Usually there's a few cents difference between buy and sell prices in the order book. At current market price gets your money immediately, but at the current bid price. Alright, I don't actually mind the coming soon. Can we add a chart below the activity tab so users can see their growth day to day, whether their position has increased or decreased? This will also include all positions combined, P and L. There should be a total P and L, a daily P and L, and the chart that shows the past 7 days. By below the activity tab, I meant below the title and above the positions. Cool. This should add a lot more enjoyment to trading on the app, because if you could see that your positions are doing well, surely you're gonna want to use the app more, right? So if we can make this page look really nice, right now it looks a bit weird and kind of gross. If we can make this look a bit nicer, I think we're in the running. I also want to add an extra kind of filter here where it shows markets that are going to close within the next 24 hours. And so if users want some quicker bets, they can kind of come there specifically. I feel you. Thank God my parents have saved up 50k for me. It's more for university or something. But if I keep going with TikTok and Vibecoding, I don't have to rely on that. Bro, guard that 50k with your life, man. Try not to spend it at all. Because, dude, that shit's your lifeline, bro. You can walk with a bit of bounce on your step when you got that 50k, bro. Definitely protect that like it's your baby. No McDonald's, no takeaway, none of that, yeah? Protect that shit. Got it. Okay, I've added P&L chart. Ooh, this is looking nice. This is looking schmexy. Okay. I'm wondering how the P&L is calculated. Damn. So, found a wallet you trade may still be processing check order. Okay. So we got a broken trade here. In the filters tab in the filters bar on discovery tab, let's add a less than 24 hours filter that shows markets that will finish within the next 24 hours. That shows markets that will be resolved within the next 24 hours. 100% confirmed. Yeah, I feel like Elon Musk when I leave the house. That's crazy. That's funny, bro. I respect that. Hope you guys are not minding the music, by the way. I feel like it's something you can kind of zone out to a little bit, so I like it. You can enter flow state. Okay, cool. So that's going, I think, is with the activity tab. Reviewing and managing positions. A big part of the app experience after swiping a few trades is actually going to be reviewing and managing positions. I think there's a lot of room for improvement there. Click into an existing position to view the full market, increase, decrease position, get better stats on total P&L, filter by in profit versus not. Maybe another AI insights layer with recommendation on what to exit. True. Can we add an AI? Can we add the AI insights layer in activity as well under the chart where it reviews all your positions and users, where users can tap it and it'll review all your positions and provide feedback and expand providing feedback. Users can tap it again to minimize its feedback. Okay, I feel like that'll be a good feature. You basically got like a consultant telling you what to do. Like, that is pretty beneficial, no? Man, every time I stretch my back, be making some crazy noises, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of scares me a little bit. I need to do some stretches, like some actual proper stretches. Insights component to the activity page. This is a cool chart. I like how this is like looking. Can we change our fee structure and copy deflows? I think they had a fee. Okay. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to find the platform fees, because this API that we're using for is from DFlow, and we're just trying to gauge like their platform fees, because if we have their platform fees, I think we can just, because they would have thought it out really well, and I think we can just copy it. DFlow fee. Here it is. Can we? All right. Let's completely change our platform fees and copy DFlow's at a 50% discount. So whatever DFlow charges, we charge half the amount on top of DFlow's current fees. Review their docs. We are aiming for they changed the name for VIP 0. For tier VIP 0. We are aiming for tier VIP 0. Alright, let's see if that works. Yeah, so I haven't even cut my hair in the last 6 months and have only bought the really important stuff. I still have around 500 in my bank account that I can use, and I'm trying to survive for 4 months. So yeah, I'm guarding the 50k savings with my life. Good shit, bro. Good shit. See, I feel like a lot of people would spend it. So that's definitely the way to go about it for sure, bro. I see the DFlow fee structure. This is a significant fee structure change. Let me get architectural guidance. Now I understand. I'll update the fee. Okay. And then the next one is probably going to be, please review everywhere we mention fees and where our fee structure is. I'm talking homepage, I'm talking discovery, activity, selling, buying, swiping. Everywhere we integrate fees, please double check and make sure that we have the new fee structure that we just implemented. Alright, cool. And then we're just going to queue that. And now that's queued. Where we can see, is this going to work? Your best picture position is looking timely. Oscar nominations voting just opened today for Academy members, with the announcement coming January 2022. Your Song of the Year bet is in positive territory, though that's a Grammy category rather than Oscars related, so today's Oscar voting news won't directly impact it. Keep an eye on whether late release films complete their theatrical runs by 2022, as eligibility could still shift. Interesting. UI is looking clean now, dude. I appreciate you, Possible Scripts. Welcome back to the stream, brother. Hope you've had a wonderful holidays. Alright, we also know that this isn't working, so let's queue that up as well. The 24-hour filter is not working. Filter is not working. Thousands of markets on Kalshi, many of which only last a day. Where are they? Alright, we've got two prompts back to back right there. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to jump over to Typefully and probably do some more content. So if we go, for those who weren't here at the start of the video, you missed out because we've made some mad improvements on, okay, this is up. Let's go ahead and go to Discord. Okay. 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 Another thing with you know, replying to content on X is you want to make sure that you reply within the first hour because it gives you a massive boost on your post. Someone read, because the algorithm is open sourced on X, someone read that if you actually reply to someone who comments on your tweet, it is 150 times more powerful and pushes the algorithm further than if someone just liked your post. So yeah, big replies, yeah? And I just say something basic because we basic like that. Getting some good engagement. This one did pretty good as well. I haven't been replying. I should, for sure. I should like all this stuff. Alright. How's this going? This is going good. I might even just like put them side by side so I can view it while I'm writing content. That's not blocking anything for you guys, is it? Could make my camera a bit smaller. Doesn't need to be that big, does it? Dude, how do I get rid of my files, dude? I don't want this shit. Hide, collapse all. Close, move, close files. Alright, cool. That's better. We've also got our, what we're gonna do is we are going to run this through a git push, and then we're gonna launch it once this is all fixed up. Alright, let's do another post. What I like to do for OR is I think you can just generate images and shit. So go to Midjourney, go to organize, and just scroll down to where I posted about a bunch of OR stuff. Here you can see there's a bunch of OR here. Just find one that's interesting. This is my prompt: futuristic miners mining OR, fantasy, sci-fi, hyper-realistic, and then I use this as an example. If it wants to load, there it is. Okay. And then I'll also go to chat OpenAI, and I'm also going to go back to X, go to Grok, and I'm just gonna say, look into my account at doobie. I post about OR a lot. Give me 10 tweets I could post about that. Don't sound too AI. Do research around other popular tweets that have done well within the OR community and other people that talk about OR, and give me ideas on how I can, copy them, but in a way that is unique to my own style, using my own tone of voice.
I was just using Whisper Flow there, for anyone wondering. Alright, cool. We've got that going. We're also gonna do this. I need to pay my subscription. Look into... Give me... Oh, shit. I messed up. Give me 10 to 20 posts to tweet about on X around OR and the OR protocol. You've done this before, so look into our chat history and find the context. Mix in a bit of philosophy, Stoicism, Sun Tzu, any of that sort of stuff. And then also give me a variety of, the philosophy as well as, more technical, factual stuff that is actually happening right now on OR. This is feeling a bit lame. I kind of like editing this a little bit. It's the protocols that reward their users that will win market share over time. If you haven't started mining yet, what are you doing? And I might even just schedule that. Next free slot, boom, done and dusted. Alright, new draft. Let's go. Let's pump these out. Replit is still working, as we can see. Let's have a look at what Grok came up with. Daily ore miners just hit a new peak this week. That's so funny. It's literally just picked my own account that I've got. This user activity chart for ore, spot the trend. Bitcoin mining, high costs, heavy gear, or deploy sol, auto strat, chill, no rugs, fair launch for switching. Staked ore yields 15% APR while mining passive. Own at least one. Nah, stack a bag. Oh my. Staked ore is currently yielding, and you got to speak in the language of your your audience as well. Like ore miner, the people that are using this, they're the crypto degens, you know what I mean? So I need to speak to a crypto degen. So this language that I'm using is very like crypto Twitter specific. Okay, if I was talking to someone else for a different tool, like probably for prediction markets, I wouldn't really be using this sort of language, because it's a different audience. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at my copy. Staked ore is currently yielding 50% APR. What? You can now liquid stake your ore. It's called store. It's called store. And you can now privately liquid stake your ore. So on the Discord, they've got like some assets, I think. So we went to announcements. Now I kind of already posted this, so it's a bit like of a reuse, but it doesn't really matter. People have short attention spans, and you just really don't need to overthink it. Content is content, man. If you post like a stinker of a post, and chances are people have already forgotten about it. All right, so we can see on the right here that it's still going. Let's keep posting. What can I reuse? You know what's a good one, actually? I could just quote retweet. And just be like... where'd it go? Alright. Now, I know this is a vibe coding series, but to sell your app, you need to be doing a lot more than vibe coding right now. The moat that users have and that builders and successful business people are going to have in the future is not really going to be coding experience or vibe coding. It's going to be, you know, how good is your distribution? How good is your marketing? How good can you grow a community? Because that is going to be your moat. All right, so we've got this. I'm just going to be like, I got to do it here. Maybe I can post this underneath. There we go. So since this post, all miner has grown by 80 users. Come find out what the hype's about. Just next free slot. What else can I post about? Alright, this is still working. Let's pick another post. Let's pick this one. Keep picking this. I should close it. And I need to make a habit of posting through Typefully, because Typefully allows for the automations of the call to action. So if I don't, I'm just going to forget, and it's not going to do the CTA. If you could add one feature to all miners, what would it be?
Did you ever think you would be this rich? Did you ever think you would have a hit? Did you ever think we could get along? Did you ever think you would get it wrong? Did you ever think you couldn't sort it out? Got niggas like, what's he on about? Did you ever feel
what else
like
we got?
got niggas coming back wanting more? Do you ever feel like we could work it out?
Give me 10 CT posts about all that are one-liners in my tone of voice. CT stands for crypto Twitter, by the way, for anyone wondering. Alright, or isn't taken to conviction, you either get it or you cope. While they chase narratives, we mine. I kind of like. Let's do. While they lose money in the trenches, we gain yield in the mines. We gain. I kind of like we gain. And the percentage yield that you get. So if we go to this platform, you should be able to look at the actual yield. Temp down until further notice. Okay. Current yield. Mine. Monster. Keep going here. I gotta stop coming here. Maybe we can find. Is it Monster? Monster Miner or something? There's this one account. Can't find them right now. So there's this one account that does really good statistics, and I can't find it. Monster. Or there we go. Let's have a look. Okay, unrefined API annualized. Doesn't really make any sense. Okay, that's not a good start. Hey man, for the revenue, maybe you should change the way it's calculated because it so pumps 10%, it will show 10% more revenue. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. The higher the revenue grows, the more the price change in percentage will affect. What do you reckon is a workaround for that, Coco? Because I was just thinking that as well, because when I went onto the dashboard for a second time, you can see it looks a little different because the Solana price has actually fluctuated already. So yeah, open to hearing any ideas. Maybe it's like you think it's like a hard coded, so it's like when it records that amount, that's what it is. I don't know, it's a bit hard to work around. Or it like converts it into USD straight away. What do you think? While they lose money in the trenches, we gain yield in the mines. these are better. While most people want pumps, you want ore feels slow. Some think ore is slow until you realize it's inevitable. Get the soul change in the last 24 hours and convert that into AUD as a reference. Base the revenue on Solana instead of USD. Get the soul change in the last 24 hours and convert that into AUD as a reference. The main thing is like majority of the users and the majority of my audience, they're not a crypto native or crypto familiar. So they need like a converted version. Does that make sense? But are you saying I should have both? So it's like the Solana and the US dollar or the Australian dollar? Is that what you're suggesting? It's like you have both next to each other? Because that probably gives a bit more clarity, hey? Like you can see Solana's gone up in terms of revenue, but then the actual dollars has gone down. Yeah, you're right. I might add that as a note. Add Solana to revenue. Some think ore is slow until you realize it's inevitable. Actually, kind of like the ore community is genuinely one of the strongest I've ever seen. Let's start a follow train. Comment, reply below, and we'll follow you. If you are an ore fan, yo, my Nightbot deleted all your messages, Coco. I actually forgot I even installed this. I probably need to tinker it a bit so it's like not doing that sort of shit. What are you building? What up, Eslam? How you doing? Welcome back to another stream. We're currently working on content for the ore protocol that we have. You're an ore miner, and we'll follow you. So we're basically, but on the right hand side, you can see we are building a prediction market swipe app. Swipe, left for no, right for yes, down for skip. You've got, AI kind of analytics here. You can kind of manage your positions here. It's coming along quite nicely. How Ore Miner works, it's basically a automated terminal where it kind of just randomly places these bets for you on these tiles. It's got like different strategies on the different tiles, and if you're not familiar on what this is, basically there's this protocol that's blown up recently called ore.supply. You can see it if you go back. You can see it right here. It's currently the fourth highest revenue generator in the last 24 hours. If we go to auto miners, I'm not sure if this is up to date, but this basically shows all the auto miners that and how much money they're making. You can see like we're not even that big. Like these guys are definitely a lot bigger than me. Oh shit. And if we look at like market share, I've got literally 0% market share. So I'm trying to bring it back. If you went back here, you could see like it was getting higher. But right now my app's only at like 1%, 2%, less than 0. Sometimes it's at 0%. So I need to kind of make a bit of a comeback, and I'm trying to do it through content. You can see here there was literally nothing going on, and we've brought it back slightly over here. So yeah, we're basically trying to eat at their market share. And you know, it's a bit, the main issue that I've noticed is these guys were the first, so they built the very first bot, and these guys were second, and they have the cheapest fees. So these two kind of already have like a bit of a lead, and people just flock to them. So what I'm trying to be different, I need to kind of properly understand, like, you know, what is our differentiator? What makes us, you know, what makes people want to use us over them? Because they've got cheaper fees, so we need to figure that out. Does that make sense? But yeah, if you're wondering what ore supply is, it's basically this 5x5 grid. You can kind of place bets on a grid, and all the losing tiles, basically the money goes into the winning tile, and that's how that kind of works. And the thing is, it's very manual. You gotta like manually select the tiles, whereas my bot basically selects the tiles automatically based on like a bunch of different algorithms and mathematics. But yeah, that's basically how ore miner works. Maybe Replica could build you a table by date. That would be cool. Like date, total sol, delta for the day in sol. Example 2026 01 12 plus 24 sol. That's not a bad idea, but these guys have already built. So this is a community made June dashboard, and they've actually got, we got two options for 24 hours, better than nothing. In terms of fee structure, so we've got, how many posts have we got? We've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if we were to, have I got any money? I got $1. So let's actually make a trade. Let's say no. Trade failed, no liquidity, away with his trades. Tesla self-driving market was in the Sway homepage for swiping, even though the market was not available. Should not even be tradable. Bull right now. Okay, so while that's working, we can keep doing content.
speed it up, then rewind it. You're gonna blow, it's just timing. I rap, cause I'm from no sirens, just sirens and the guns and violence.
Keep doing that. I have such a habit of coming to X, but I need to keep reminding myself to post on Typefully. Pump fund category equals slop, Zionist, casino, energy, drinks, salad. Okay. Got a DM the other day. I think it was by a user. He was like, how can we grow this mining community? Is there what's needed from me or the community? I really want to be part of the success story. Yeah, bro. Open to suggestions. Let me know. This is so degenerate, lol. Yeah, I know. This is the language that we need to speak in, you know? Because that's how they talk, you know? Your copy needs to be familiar to your market and your audience. You know, if you want to build crypto products, you need to be able to talk to a crypto audience. But I completely agree with you. It is very degenerate. Try something different. Okay, this is done. I added a new filter to only show markets with actual buy-sell orders on order book markets. Like the Tesla self-driving one had no liquidity, will now be filtered out of the swipe page. Can you try swiping on some markets? How many markets are available currently to swipe for users? And then boom, the first one that's there is this market is still showing. It's the first one that popped up. Alright, while that's going, we'll make some more content. Literally just going on ChatGPT. Real wealth is built in the ore mines. So what have you learned about programming so far? Publish. I'll go to schedule. I mean, I've learned a lot, man. I feel like my workflow has been improved so much. Like, for example, you got like Whisper Flow. I've got Claude Code. It connects to Obsidian. Over here, Obsidian is my note-taking app. Everything I write on Obsidian goes into a specific file that Claude can see called ideas. And then all those ideas are then run through examples, which is like another file that's full of, example, posts, example apps, example websites. And then Claude basically comes back with, a plan on how to build your app. More than programming, I've gotten a real good understanding of workflows and, improving your efficiency. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway in this series so far. Obviously, like starting on Replit as well and moving over to Claude is a big difference. I also learned a lot about GitHub, how to, what even a repository is, how to push my build. I've learned about, localhost, and man, coming from literally zero background, you got to understand, like, man, I was scared of the terminal. Like, I was scared to open that thing up. Every time it pop up, I'd be like, ugh. So I see. So nothing about CLI programming languages. I mean, do I need to know much about that? Like, I've been able to build a literal profitable app without any of that knowledge. I can see that why it would help, but and it's also worth noting, like, it's day 16, people spend years on their computer science degree trying to learn that shit. Yeah, I was laughing so hard when you said you didn't know what a repo was. Yeah, dude, no clue. Even now, I still barely know what it is, man. I don't even know. Like, why would you call it that, man? I feel like there's better names out there. Yeah, it is important for security. I mean, that's fair. I get that. But, there's tools like Privy.io that just handle your security. Like, these guys just attach onto your Vibecoding app, and they handle the entire wallet integration, the transactions, everything. And it's built by the Stripe company. So even security doesn't fully make sense to me. And also, if your app is profitable, then you can just start hiring an auditor as well. Because at the end of the day, all the developers that build these production-ready applications, at the end of the day, they have to go through auditors as well. It's the same thing. Like, I don't think coding is the moat anymore. And, devs are going to hate me when I say this, but I don't think, the coding is essentially your, like, leverage anymore, because vibe coding has come around. So the leverage is now ideas and its community and its distribution. Where are you in those categories? Because that is what's really going to bring in the dollars now. Because if everyone can build the same apps and everyone can have the same ideas and everyone can, do the exact same thing now, I'm seeing so many posts on my X account about all these apps that cost so much money to, use. Someone just comes in and makes a clone and it's free. And that power, like, that's a huge shift in how the world has been run, especially in the SaaS field, in the SaaS industry. So now the only sort of moat and the only sort of advantage that you can have is your community, and it is, your distribution. Like, that's literally it. So unless you have, like, 100,000. So what I would recommend to a lot of people, and I saw a really good post about this recently, was, partner with an influencer. DM like 100 influencers, DM like 200, 300, 400 influencers, and give them 50% of your app, and just be like, look, I'll build the app if you promote it on your page. And find, obviously, a good influencer with good reach and good following and good, activity and all that. But, that is a really good way to get started, I think. Because if you have an influencer with the distribution, but obviously they're not going to be technical and they're not going to know how to build an app, you can come in and just offer them that solution, which is huge. Get on a meeting with them, brainstorm different ideas, like. Anyway, we kind of run out of this. Give me another 20. Yeah, also, I've got a Discord. I haven't really been pushing it, but I kind of want it to be a Discord full. I kind of want it to be full of like vibe coders and people kind of doing similar stuff to me. I feel like we could really grow as a community. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. My brother is currently testing the app. We can. Yeah, let me even share this with you. So me and my brother are kind of just talking right now. So I told him like, look, finally got positive market. Don't know to yourself, because we had an issue where, you could kind of sell until you wouldn't really know how much your position was making until you sold it. So, I told him they're accurate. And now he's asking about the AI insights, because we just implemented AI insights. So, is that a cost that we're going to care about, is basically what he's saying. So I'm just telling him I got $10 in the API account, so we will see how fast it runs out. That's not a bad idea. Can add these features later. Just MVP for now. So he's saying you got a big red trade fail error when he runs out of money. Instead, we should probably get promoted to prompt top up my balance. So let me just say that in here. When I don't have any funds, I get a big red error and it looks a bit confusing. Can we have something a bit more simple and user-friendly that just reminds the user gently to top up their balance when they try to do a trade and they don't have sufficient funds? Send that. I think you should still know some basics so you avoid exposing your API key accidentally. 100% agree, bro. Did you receive the API keys from DFlow? Yes, I did. I mean, I'm kind of learning as I go, Castaway, like already I've learnt so much just about the basics, like the bare bones basics. And I think, that's only going to increase and continue as we keep building, You can't not learn about coding and all that sort of stuff while you're developing or vibe coding your own app, like you kind of have to see the language a little bit and understand it. And I think we'll slowly get there. Not yet, or not recently, at least. Okay. Rolling out. I'll tell them rolling out a new update in 5 minutes. How long did you wait? I requested mine 3 days ago. It took about a week. They give you a developer API first while they're building your production API. And you'll be able to test with the developer API. So, yeah, you can definitely use that. Alternatively. Okay, so that's going. I just don't want to waste too much time right now. Like, while this is going, we can do content, I'm feeling a bit pooped in terms of content. Like, I feel like I've run out of ideas, but we got content until the 16th of January. So that's 3 days now. So we could probably get rid of content there and we can start working on the sway content. So, yo, feel free to like the stream if you're having a good time, by the way. Also, subscribe if you're new, man. Like, I try to live stream every day. I'm currently on holidays with the fam, and I've literally brought my entire live streaming setup just so I could stream to you guys. So, yeah, any support would be greatly appreciated. My position after a few swipes. It's going to be confusing and demotivating for people to see everything instantly in red. Is there a way we can prioritize only the highest volume markets getting shown? This is... let me call Shubes. Let me just call him. Yo, you're on live stream, by the way. But, so one of the biggest problems that we have that is basically unfixable is spread with buying and selling. And basically what that means is when you buy like a yes share at like 50 cents, the sell share is like someone has listed it at like maybe like 45 cents. So there's a 5-cent discrepancy, and that is with every single market, and it adds up because if it's like a 10-cent market and you have $1, you're going to buy 10 of them, and then the share might be like a 2-cent difference. The spread might be a 2-cent difference, so then there's like a 20-cent loss. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we know that higher volume markets have a lower spread, right?
I mean, let me have a look right now. So if we...
That's what the UI says at the moment.
So if we went to Cauchy and we went to like, let's say, this one's got $100 million. Let's see. So even, I mean, there's a 1-cent spread. So it's definitely better.
So can't we get those ones with that level of volume as the top ones showing?
Yeah, I mean, we could. It would just greatly reduce like what's available. All right, this is a 10 million market. Let's see how big the spread is. See, even on a $10 million market, the spread is 2 cents. Like on a $10 million market.
Yeah, so we just need to
like if you look
on a threshold, right? Because I've just done like a bunch of swipes and averaged like for like, you know, like $1.
Yep.
Even less for most of them because obviously it does the shares thing.
Yep.
But on average, I'm down like 10 to 15%.
Okay.
Sort of thing. I would much rather it's like.
So you reckon
can we find like a middle balance point where?
Yeah.
It's like a certain market size is the minimum that it shows, but there's still like good markets.
I mean, what I'm noticing, I'm just looking on Cauchy right now. Some markets are slower in volume, but they have shorter spreads. So maybe we can just add a filter, and it says only show markets with a 1-cent spread.
I see that.
And then maybe that way we can kind of see, like for example, Logan Paul's has a 5-cent spread, even though it's got a bunch of volume.
I see.
So
I think the filter should be maybe people can adjust it themselves then.
Yeah.
Like they can adjust it.
You reckon that's good UX though? Like as like a non-trader, you reckon they're going to be wanting to adjust like the spread? Like a lot of people don't even know what a spread is. To be honest, I didn't fully know what it was until developing this app.
Yeah, I just think it needs to be better than what it is at the moment because people don't know that, but they also don't know why
they've made a few trades and they're down 10-15% instantly.
I mean, there's the
You
tool.
know?
There's the tooltip when you go to sell it, which kind of explains.
Yeah, yeah.
But
guess
I
you
get
can,
ya.
I wonder if there needs to be more. You know how when you open the app and it's got like that intro guide thing
In the onboarding.
on the onboarding, maybe there needs to be explained. Like, there's like two ways that you can exit. You either need to wait for the market to close, in which case you get your full dollar's worth or whatever, or you can exit early by selling your position, but you'll have to pay a fee in the spread.
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
think
not
that
even
needs to be
paying.
made.
It's not even paying a fee. Like, it's like out of our control.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you're not paying a fee, but you're paying some kind of penalty in the spread
Yeah.
by exiting early.
Yeah.
So I would say probably the filter is probably more markets that are closing like sooner versus later. What do you think?
Nah, I don't think. I mean, the thing is, so on this new build that I'm about to launch, there is a filter in Discovery where you can look at markets that are closing within the next 24 hours, and there's only two, which are both Bitcoin, which are both Bitcoin markets. So I'm not fully sure. Like, I think we can do the spread one, because then if it's a 1 cent spread, as soon as you, like, every additional cent greatly increases the size, right? But if it's a 1 cent fee, then that way, if a user has 5 shares or a maximum of 10 shares, because it would be like maybe 10 cents, that means they'd only really lose 10 cents max. If they had like 1 share, they would only lose 1 cent.
Yeah.
So that way,
Those other 1 cent spreads good markets.
I mean, we can
Interesting.
have a look.
Yeah.
We can filter it and try it,
Yeah. I'm just wondering, with the launch, like, yes, one side, obviously MVP and all that, but on the other side, we've got a finite amount of users who we have like one chance to kind of impress them with the product.
Yep.
Create a positive experience, and if then they might use it once and go, oh, that's the one that fucked me over on the spreads and I lost a bunch of money, and they're gonna wait for the next one to launch and not come back to this one. Like, why would you? If you open it and you don't have a positive experience, it's okay if you lose money. It just needs to be really clear. The UI, that whole end-to-end flow.
Yeah, it's real tricky because, like, what we're kind of trying to do is we're trying to create like a casual app where users can kind of come in who've never really experienced prediction markets before, or like beginners, intermediate users, and they can kind of swipe on their phone. But our positioning is almost like you're using less funds. And so, like, I feel like on Kalshi, when you got spreads like this, people have a lot more funds and they're a lot bigger and they're waiting for like certain outcomes to come and stuff like that. So it's like almost differently positioned. So the spread isn't as big of an issue. It's a big issue for us because our positioning is different and we're asking for like, smaller fees. It's more casual, like, you know what I mean? So it's affecting us more than like if you were a user on Kalshi, for example.
How about just for the active position section? The UI, at the top how it shows like the total value of your active positions.
Yep.
Maybe that has a bit more like detail in it. Like maybe that's just like a total invested versus total value sort of thing. And then the active positions are hidden behind a tab. where you go view active positions for something. Just say you don't load it and you instantly just saying a bunch of everything's in red. I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah. This is the hold on, let me take a quick screenshot. So I've added because you sent me some additional stuff.
Did you see my notes around position management?
Yeah, so look at that. I've added a few extra kind of stuff. It's like a bit more of a chart now.
Okay, cool.
With like AI analytics as well. But you know, I will say like
this is good.
the spread, the whole spread thing, and like, you know, we obviously didn't know about it that much when we decided on this app, but the whole spread thing has definitely made me a little bit more bearish on this app, purely because it's one of those ones that's like out of our control. Like it's like we built this app, and then this is almost like a big problem. Like it's almost an app breaking problem.
I think the spread gets fixed with volume, right? The spread issue. So as prediction markets grow,
dude, but even Kalshi, right? They've done like $2 billion in the last 7 days. Like these guys are legit. DFlow uses Kalshi, so I thought DFlow had their own liquidity. They're actually still using Kalshi's liquidity. I just assumed it was shit liquidity because we'll get in some such shit trades, right? But it's actually just the market spreads. And I'm.
Well, the thing is, Cash is getting a shit ton of volume, even with spreads like that, right?
Yeah.
People are accepting that risk, and they're doing it though in a way that's like they're willing to bet big dollars on the outcome of something.
You know, if we were big enough, if our platform was big enough and was generating enough volume, we could actually pay the fee, because you know how there's a fee to create the market on Solana. So we could actually, so we could actually create the market for like 100 of these that have good spreads, and then show that to our users. So it's almost like
it would cost us like $2, nothing.
If we were bringing in good volume, yeah. But the thing is, we'd have to constantly do that because the markets are coming and going and coming and going. So it's like, if we brought in enough volume, we could justify making that expense.
Yeah. The other thing though is that, you know, so we know that the Kalshi and Poly market are working with whatever spreads and volume they've got, and people are placing bets. We've talked about there needs to be like these two sides to the app. There's the swipe side, where it's low volume bets. So it's high volume, low fees, whatever, low wages. And then there's the actual like mobile version of the market, prediction market.
Yeah.
Where it's like just a mobile optimized UI, which right now you've put under like a search icon, but I think you need to make that.
I mean, the other thing as well is like, you know, we have the tech. We could almost launch with the same thing, and it's just the discovery icon with like AI analytics. If the swipe function doesn't work, we almost can rebrand the app itself, because we already have all the tech that we've built. And
why don't you make it the default? It actually takes you to the search, and the swipe is like the optional feature.
Okay.
Right now, when you get onboarded, you're instantly showing the swipe and blah blah blah.
I mean, I feel like we shouldn't make that change until we launch the app and see if swipe gets engagement.
Sure. But
So
what we're trying to go for is we're anticipating two markets. One, we've got like DJs who just want to bet like a few dollars per swipe casually. But what we also want to attract is the guy who's like, or girl who's got 10K in the Poly market trading account, or 100K, and they're going, oh, it's a pain in the ass, there's no mobile version, let me use this thing instead. And we want to give them the exact same experience, just on mobile. And it's a simplified thing, and they're super comfortable throwing, 10K, 50K, whatever it is in, and managing their position in the same way they could on web.
Yeah. The one thing I would say to that is because like the positioning and branding of Sway, it is like in that like casualized kind of position, right? But you know,
Doesn't have
obviously,
to be.
obviously with like you know we've added these AI analytics and whatnot. It's kind of made me realize how easy it was to implement this, and you know I'm open, and I want you to be open as well to the fact that if this feature like isn't that good, like the swiping feature, then we almost scrap it and we
100%.
we make the app more about like
Yep.
you know the AI analytics and discovery of markets.
Yeah, yeah, I'm open to that as well. We just need to decide. You know, ideally we'd have like a group of beta testers who are like doing all this
Yeah.
and giving us.
I mean, I got my community on Discord. There's like 15 to 20 of us who are interested.
Oh, dude, get them to test it
Yeah, no, that was always going to be the plan. I thought I told you.
before launch. No, you didn't tell me. Before launch, then?
I was going to launch it and just send it to him, but you reckon we should do it before?
I think given we don't have much time and we want to kind of capture that wave of influx of season one, secret token launch and all that.
Yeah.
We probably just want to launch ASAP, but iterate rapidly.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
what we can do with vibe coding.
As soon as feedback comes in and people are like, "Oh, this is an issue," or whatever, we're like rapidly iterating and tweaking and all that. But we need a way. I think maybe the biggest thing you want to put in there is actually like a submit feedback section in the app where people can actually request a feature or submit feedback.
Okay.
And like make that maybe like a little more prominent.
Okay.
Not like tucked away.
So
that's going to be really helpful for us to decide
okay.
what gets changed.
So submit feedback.
Because then you just take all that. Maybe there's like 100 submissions. You just take all that, put it into AI, aggregate what's out of it, what comes out of it, and then decide.
Okay. So we're agreeing that the biggest issue with the app right now, like the app, are we thinking like the actual functionality of the app and stuff is good? Is it just the spread issue that we've got right now?
Are we making money?
Huh?
Are we making money with our fees? Or are we losing money right now?
So I've changed the fees just today. Actually, let me have a look. So just through testing, through you and I, the developer wallet made $1.20.
That's funny.
But I've actually changed the fees, and I've just made it to copy DFlow's fees, but like at half the rate. So DFlow charges their fee, we charge 50% or whatever DFlow charges, and then that's
So we're charging 50% on top of whatever DFlow charges.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I just thought they would have thought out about the fees properly and stuff, so like we can just copy it.
But is it what's it? Does it cost us anything, or we're talking just our software costs and anything? And hosting and stuff like that.
It's costing. All right. Well, it's the AI API keys. It's the RPC.
Tokens.
We got the RPC, which I don't think is much,
Okay.
but it's mainly going through DFlow, and that's why they charge their fee because they're handling a lot of that.
Okay. So why don't we launch? We just monitor that, and we monitor if what we're charging is enough to cover our costs.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we just get up with the fees or change the structure.
Okay. And
Because we're only gonna have maybe a couple hundred users. It can't be
yeah.
that bad.
Nah, it won't. Also, with the promo video, is that good? Is that just as is?
I pinged the guys to see if he'll let me put a revision in.
Okay. Because if we can just
I'll
get that
see what he says.
promo video and we can launch, so that I reckon if we can fix. All right, so we're adding a submit feedback section, and we're gonna try and reduce the spreads to max 1 cent, and then are we saying we're good?
I think so. Then let's do a top final test of just end-to-end flow. Putting money in, taking money out,
Okay.
running some markets, and if that's
Cool.
clean, then we just launch it.
Let's do that maybe tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah, ASAP.
All right. Sweet. All right. Cool.
Yeah. The 1 cent spreads thing, though,
Yeah.
I would say, like, we're just going to try and reduce the spreads as much as possible.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 1 cent. I don't want it to be like 1 cent and then every prediction market you see is just some political bullshit, you know?
Yeah. I agree.
So you want it to still have that.
So we'll
variety
test
and
it.
interesting.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. How's New Zealand?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's nice. It's way nicer than I thought it would be.
Dude, it's fucking heaven. I've
Yeah.
told you.
Yeah, dude. New Zealand's actually amazing.
There's the reason I keep going back.
Yeah, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. live streaming until like 10 a.m. and then doing shit with the fam. So I still get my work in.
When they finally wake up.
Yeah, so it's actually been good. I feel like I've actually been getting a good amount of work and stuff done while I'm here.
Solid.
So,
What's the plan today, next few days?
I mean, we've kind of had a pretty crazy last couple of days. So today's a bit more chill. It's our last day in Queenstown. So we're just going to do a bit of maybe exploring in the city. Saya really wants to do... Saya's my little sister, by the way, for those watching. Saya wants to do a like haunted house tour. So we got that, and Mum wants to do a bit of shopping, and then we're gonna drive over to Wanioka tomorrow, and kind of plan is it Wanaka?
Yes.
And then we're gonna plan the next kind of week that we got. But we did the deer park yesterday, which is really fun.
Yo, dude, the deer park was like my
Dude,
top.
deer park was fun. I thought there'd be more deers, but still,
There's a shit ton. You must have.
dude, we didn't get that many, man. Like there was probably only two groups.
What?
One group had like maybe 5 deers. The other group had like 7 or 8 deers.
They like spread across the whole park, right? So.
Dude,
sometimes
we
they'll be
drove
close
across
to the
the.
road and-
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, if they're close to the road, sometimes they're behind some hill. I saw like dozens.
Yeah,
You know?
really. Did you go walking out into the path and shit, or?
Here and there.
Yeah.
Like, there was parts where we stopped and parked, and then we'd walk like a small trail
Mm.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
did you
Okay.
guys, feed them animals and stuff.
Yeah. We got 2 big tins and just fed them. We've got some good videos of it and stuff. Dude, later the yaks and the like.
Yeah. Did
they're
you get
pretty cool.
swarmed by the cows?
Dude, yeah, it was pretty cool.
We had them all over the fucking road.
Dude,
and
that-
then behind us.
Yeah,
We
it
had,
was fun.
This group of like a whole bunch of like Asians in a car. And they're full rattling their tin, and the cow has stuck its head in their car.
Oh my
Both
god,
sides-
dude.
Both sides of their car, they got the window open. Cows have their heads in it, and I can just hear them scream.
That's crazy.
It's so funny.
That's funny as
I've got a
damn.
video of that as well.
Oh, bro, did you feed them from your hand and stuff, or
The cows? Nah. Because we had a hire car. I didn't want to risk it.
What about
Like,
the
them
deers?
scratching.
or you
The
throw it
deers,
on the
like,
ground?
They got pretty. They got close, but I just threw it on the ground.
Dude, I got one of the eating off my hand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm in the middle of a live stream, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'll catch ya.
Catch ya. So,
All right, peace out, bye. What up? Sorry about that little intermission, but my brother did a bit of QA for the app. And then we went a bit off topic. But for those joining in, we're basically building a prediction market swipe app. And we have an issue right now where the spreads are really wide, which is causing a lot of losses as soon as you purchase. So I think maybe we could add it in the profile tab. In the profile tab, can we add a feedback section where users can provide feedback as to what they like and don't like about the app? And this feedback gets emailed to us at dubzik@gmail.com. All right, let's see if that works. And then the next thing is, currently there's a really app-breaking user experience that we're experiencing right now, where the spreads are really wide. So, you know, we've added all this filtering, and we've added volume. We've made sure the markets are available. We've added all these additional filters and features to make sure the swiping of the app is, oh man, what's this? Email address to use as a sender. So I need email address to use as a sender. I need an API key for resend. What's pricing? Surely it's cheap. 3,000 emails a month. Oh, bro. Yeah, calm. Log in with Google. How many apps you got? I got 2 at the moment. One is called Ore Miner, and the other is called Sway. Now, Sway is not available yet, but Ore Miner is available. It's only available on the Solana Seeker dApp store. So unless you have a Solana Seeker mobile device, you're not going to be able to download it. That's because it's a crypto app. I'm going to change so I don't share my API key. So unless you're, into crypto and you like that sort of stuff, because my background is in crypto. I used to market projects, and I used to basically grow projects from 0 to 10,000 followers and help them with their go-to-market strategies. So that's kind of my edge and my advantage. So that's kind of why I stick to crypto applications. But yeah, it's not for everyone, and a lot of people don't really understand it. But if you have a Seeker mobile, you also have access to I need to add it to the Play Store, but because this app is only just launched, like look at our series. We're only on day 16. So, we wanted to get the beta testers in. We want people to use the app so we can understand what's wrong with it before we add it to like these bigger app stores. Because the Seeker mobile dApp store has 400, only has 280 apps, but they have over 100,000 users. So there's a huge opportunity right now to basically launch within this market. Yeah. It's a very unsaturated market right now. All right, let's So the spreads right now are really breaking the app. And what I mean by this is that if I go and buy a share and I wager $1 and I buy 3 shares at, let's say, 33 cents, the sell price or the ask price is lower. It might be at like 30 cents. And so the moment I buy something, I'm instantly at a loss of 9 cents or lower or higher, right? As an example. So what I want to do is I want to filter the markets even further to only find markets with a maximum of 1 cent spreads. That way, when a user purchases a market, they're not losing a shit ton of money straight away. I ran out of free credits. For what? For Whisperflow. Whisperflow, if you use my referral, it gives you 1 month free. I haven't really been pushing it because I don't want to be too salesy or anything like that. But if you want it, I'll give it to you. Okay, we got that loading. Sick. Oh, Replit. Yeah, Replit's really expensive. I actually recommend Claude. I'm probably going to switch over soon. Just main issue is I've already built majority of the app on Replit, so I kind of just want to launch the app because we're really close. Like, it's practically done. So I just want to launch the app, and once it's launched, we're going to switch over to Claude and go from there. Claude Code. Yo, feel free to like the stream if you haven't already. Also, subscribe. I live stream pretty much every day. If you're into this sort of series where, you just knuckle down and you try and make money, then, it's really hard to fake this sort of stuff when you're live streaming. Like, you can see all of my revenue. You can see, how much money's coming in. Like, everything is out in the open for you guys to view. It's very hard to fake, and I'm quite happy with how things have progressed so far. This is the developer dashboard for the ore miner. You can see if it wants to load any second now or not. There you go. You can see the fluctuation of the Solana price is making it go up and down quite a bit. But, we've got 750 users, over $1,800 in volume. When we started this stream, this was on like 1,920. Total deployed also gone down quite a lot, but yeah. Okay. I understand the issue. Wide spreads are causing immediate losses when users buy. Let me analyze the best approach to implement a 1 cent max spread filter. The analysis shows that a 1 cent spread filter would likely leave almost no markets. Most DFlow order books have 3 to 15 cent spreads. A filter that tight would make the app unusable. See? That's not good. With the maximum 5 cent, we went from down to 399 tradable markets. If we implemented a 2 cent spread max, how many markets would be tradable? Will GTA 6 be released by December 31st? That's a cool one. So how do you make your privacy policy go online? What do you mean? With Ore Miner, which I deleted, we've got like the privacy legal pages and everything. We usually have plugins like privy.io that handles like the wallet integrations. A lot of tools out there. Let's implement a 2 cent max spread. All right, we got a 2 cent max spread now. So this should greatly improve. Let's say I sell it now. Sell. One share sold. I was on 106. Now I am on 174. 173, 174 is what it should be. 173. Okay, cool. Perfect. So now if I was to start one of these, skip, and then went no. Australia, this market may have getting this error when trading. However, all markets shown for swiping have to be good for trading. We shouldn't get any of these errors. That's the whole point of the filtering. Let's try this one. Spent 89 cents and bought 2 shares. Left in balance is 11 cents. What do you mean? Says it spent 89 cents, but the balance dropped 40 cents. Says I just made a trade for the how Trump next not I cancel all of that. I just made a trade for the will Trump next nominate Kevin Hassett as Fed chair, and it said it spent 88 cents, but when I looked at my balance, only about 40 to 50 cents was spent. So that doesn't really make any sense. Please review. Yeah, see? I'm even going to share the wallet. This is the wallet. Look on chain if you have to. Also, is there a way to use our RPC provider to double verify the transaction on chain to show our users? The correct amount. I've tightened the filters further, now requiring 100k plus trading volume on top of the 2-cent spread limit. This leaves about 106 high quality marks with reliable liquidity, which should significantly reduce those no liquidity errors. Okay, that's good. All right. Let's get the music on again. See how content is going. That's a good reply. Or is currently the largest privacy pool on Solana.
Yeah,
Breaking.
yeah. The world is so small till it ain't.
Store is
Yeah.
currently the
I'm
largest
building up a
privacy pool on
wall
Solana.
till it break. She hate it when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting.
This might be a good post
I
as
hope
well.
I never keep you waiting. Yeah. I think I know it all, but I don't. Why you always at the mall?
Getting good engagement, 24 likes, 309.
Yeah.
Any
And I just
transfers?
wanna ball, maybe
No
blow,
additional
but I
followers
never
yet.
been tall. Yeah.
Okay.
I might trip, I never fall. God knows I came close. I know I probably need to do better. Fuck whoever, keep my shit together. You never told me being rich was so lonely. Nobody know me.
Okay, let's see this. I'm probably gonna deploy this live soon. And we'll be able to check out whether or not this is gonna work. Like right now, if we were to go onto Sway Markets XYZ, works fine. Okay. I found the issue. The trade actually worked correctly. Default only filled one contract, matching your balance drop, but the UI showed the maximum wager instead of the actual spent amount. This is a partial fill. Orders are max cost. So if there's only liquidity for one share, you only pay for one share. The leftover USDC stays in your wallet to show the correct amount spent. feedback, but section not working. Make sure we are implementing the code correctly. This is Node.js. For Node.js. This is loading. Cool. Cool. Alright, you know what? We'll keep this here. Okay. Yo, what's good? Good to back, and you hustling, brother? What up? What up, Locker? How you doing? Currently in New Zealand right now, so a bit of a different setup to what many of you guys are used to. But we're hustling, brother. Always hustling over here. Hope you've been well too, man. I'm gonna deploy the app after this. And we can go from there. We got an extra follower. It's good. Getting some good engagement. Cool. We've been calm while you're in New Zealand with it. Big plays, I assume. I'm actually just chilling with fam at the moment, bro. Since I moved out of home, it's been a long time since I've spent like a lot of quality time with the family. So just been hanging out with them, and you know, obviously I wanted to keep the streams going as well, because we got no rest days. Also, you guys hold me accountable as well, so like every time I miss a day, I'm like, oh fuck, like I kind of feel it a bit more, you know. Usually I don't feel like I work this hard when I'm on holidays. This is probably the first time I've worked as hard as I have. Let's see if the email. So we just implemented a feedback section. Just wondering where it's gone. It's not in here. It's in trash or mail. Not really showing. Social. Updates, promotions. It's not really showing anywhere. New follower. Getting some good follow. Let's have a look at my if we were to look at our analytics right now, how are we doing? Account overview. So 83 followers, 22 followers, 8 followers weekly, daily. Getting some good followers here. It's been a bit slow. 3 months. Oh wow. I got more followers on this day than I did back here. Let's go 1 year. There we go. This one post made some good reach. Okay. Account needs either a verified domain or to send to a verified email. Let me check what's being returned from the recent promotion. That's what's up. Staying rooted and keeping the grind alive. I personally just finished up 2 simple apps with Emergent. Next, I'm going to develop something with Base 44. Dude, I love Base 44. Can I tell you, bro? Base 44 is amazing. I'm very, very impressed with Base 44. In one of the earlier streams, we actually did like a AI comparison, and we tested a bunch of different AI tools. And Base 44 showed up consistently, man. Like, they were consistently showing solid results, and they went above and beyond. Like, a lot of the AI tools just would show, like, because we tried to one-shot the prompt, right? So we had a really detailed prompt, and these AI tools, they just create like a landing page. But Base 44 actually went ahead and developed the actual app behind the landing page as well, like simple mechanics and stuff. It was really, really good. Really impressed. Just getting used to different systems and platforms before I commit real money, simply because I ain't got it like mandem yet. Hey bro, we're gonna get there, you and me both, man. Alright, let's try this. Yo. Face on purpose. Thank you for your feedback. Hey, we got it. Test 1, 2, 3. Test feedback message. Yo. Awesome. It's working. We got some feedback coming in. Alright, sweet. Let's make a trade, see if it works. Trade failed, no liquidity available for trades. It says it's showing trade unavailable for this market, but it's the K-pop Demon Hunters market, which I just sold in the activities panel, which was working fine. Let's do this one. Let me take a screenshot of this. Trade failed. The second screenshot is of the Bitcoin market, which has a massive volume of over $2 million, and the trade has failed again. No liquidity available for this trade. This market may have low trading volume or extreme prices. Try a different market. Like, how does that make any sense? Man, hopefully we can get this fixed, because it's a bit of a major problem, you know? Maybe I should link at D-Flow's trading. Make sure to review. Coming along. Let me search the logs for the D-Flow API error that's causing the root not found response. Please do search these logs. That's good to know. Base 44, here we come. To be honest, I've been really impressed with Emergent. I'm especially impressed with their API integration and voice chat bots. I've made a conversational language tool that gives real-time feedback on things like pronunciation and points out differences between conversational and formal speech. Wow, that sounds really cool. Emergent. I haven't heard of this before. Cool. Nice. That's sick, bro. Are you gonna plan to, sell it or make some bread out of it, or are you just kind of mucking around with the tools, understanding it first before you go hard? I tested it with different people with different heavy accents, and it worked well, and was even able to guess what they meant to say. It worked better for Spanish than for Japanese, though. Not a sponsor. That's cool. I rate that. I feel like speech is a big one. There's a big market on speech, and there's not much competition either. Sufficient liquidity for this writing and token mints aren't properly recognized. The trade amount is too large for available liquidity. Diagnostics, would you like to test a trade so I can see the detailed logs? Alright. We got money? Yep, do. Getting lots of errors. I found the bug. The function parameters amount USDC, but line incorrectly waged. Let me check the logs. There's a JavaScript bug. The no liquidity error is a separate issue from Deflow's routing network. Let's refresh. Not enough USD. You need one. which I have. Oh. Looks like it has made a trade. I still have fractional shares in my analytics tab, which I cannot get rid of because Kalshi does not sell fractional shares. They must be whole. Why are we still allowing fractional shares to be bought? They must be full shares only. Available balance is failing to load. Man, a whole array of problems just come up when you try to fix and debug something, hey?
I'ma stick around. I'm gonna let my nuts hang. Nigga, you got some just like me, don't you? Or maybe not just like me. You know I'm Africano-Americano. And even if you have Japanese roots, run deep, family tree, throw a big
Making billions is definitely the play twin, but at the moment I'm just getting started and building my skill set. I want to get into the educational field though and help migrants and kids and such. That's cool, bro. That's a very respectable goal.
wet your lips first. Lick
You and me both, man. We both on that grind.
smoke some.
You feel me? Alright, it's working now. Balance is loading. Let me just remove that. And are fees coming in? Yeah, fees are coming in. Like I said, I'm testing different ideas, building MVPs on different platforms before I go all in. Yeah, nice. Have you tried Claude Code yet? Claude Code is pretty hard. Pretty good. Highly recommend that. Yo, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, by the way, guys. Like, I live stream pretty much every day. If you want to see more of me hustling, going hard on this goal, then subscribe, man. I feel like there's not that many people doing what I'm doing. So any support would be greatly appreciated. We're currently at 1590. You know, if we could hit 16, that would be amazing. And it motivates me to want to keep live streaming, man, because some days it's tough to want to work. And it's you guys that hold me accountable, you know? This is a cool song. Let me fix the TypeScript warnings that appeared. The database shows no fractional shares in open positions. Your existing positions already have whole shares. The fix I've implemented ensures all future trades will also enforce whole shares throughout the system. Alright, well let me prove. I go to sell now. Sell now. No tokens found in wallet. Your trade may still be processing. When I go to sell these two positions, it doesn't let me. It's been over 10 minutes. Transactions only take a few seconds to complete. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said you plan to launch today. Does that mean the app is finished? Like is finished past the testing MVP phase? I don't think the app is. I mean, obviously, I did want to launch today, but I don't think the app is ready to launch just yet. We are still kind of going into issues, as you can see. It's close though. It just needs fine tuning, and some better UX, because right now, basically, if you go on Cowshy, there is an issue with the spreads where you go on like a market and there's like a 1 cent spread here, for example, but sometimes there's a way higher spread. Like, you know, there'll be like 75 cents and 72 cents is the spread, right? And when it's like that, and you're dealing with pennies, like our app, where like the wages are like $1 to $5, $10, $100, it makes a huge difference, and it almost instantly makes you look like you're at a loss. Yeah. So for example, no, ask is 74 cents. So the buyers are at 73 cents. Sellers are at 74 cents. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm kind of mumbling a little bit. I understand the issue now. The default async trades were recorded in our database but never completed on chain. Let me add a way to verify and clean up these orphaned positions. Okay. Cool. Let me clean up failed trade button for orphan positions. I'll add it to the error handling when no token found is detected. We shouldn't add a clean up failed trade button because the trade shouldn't fail. That's terrible UX if we add that. Claude Code is next one after Base 44. I've saved my biggest project for it. You also motivate us, by the way. Seeing you in that mode every stream is real motion. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Dude, Claude Code is amazing, bro. It's gonna blow your mind. Like, I don't know if you've seen the other series that I did where it's called Learn Claude Code with me. It's a bit more chill. I'm probably a bit less interactive with the chat, but it's more focused around learning Claude Code. And dude, if you're curious as to how that works, you should watch that video, the most recent one, because it fully changed. Because I'm pretty scared on like terminals and like, you know, repositories on GitHub and stuff. That stuff scares me because as a non-dev, I've never really interacted with that side of things. So that latest kind of Learn with me Claude Code stream that I did was a big help towards understanding, you know, workflows and Claude Code and removing that fear. If that makes sense. But yeah, highly recommend that stream. Especially if you're like not technical either and you're like the terminal scares you a little bit as well. Like, it can be scary, you know, so 100% I recommend it. You should check it out. You're absolutely right. You're right. Let me remove the cleanup code I added and instead immediately fix your 2 stuck trades by marking them as failed in the database. Implement the proper fix. Trades stay in pending state until tokens are verified on chain, so users never see a false success. That's more like it. Arigato. And thank you. We use the on-chain data to verify everything. Okay. So we just made this post, getting some good engagement. We got a follower. Now you have to reply to everyone that comments on your X tweet because it gives you a 150x boost compared to just a like. So reply on X is 150 times more powerful than a like. So I just make sure to just reply to everyone. And it has to be within the first hour as well. So don't forget that. Respect quite a big project as your first one, but the type that definitely has real potential of changing your clones ones' lives forever. Your close ones' lives. Did you mean to say close ones? You have to share it with us when you're done with it, bro. Keen to see it. All right, on that note, let's publish this. Man, that prompt costs $2.80. That's crazy. All right, guys, I'm probably going to leave it there. Now, just a quick little recap on what we've done today. We have basically done a bunch of promotional posts. I think we did about 10 today. We also did a bit of I talked to my brother. Had a little phone call with my brother. He tested the app, and we kind of went back and forth on a bunch of things we could test. We also realized that the spread is really big, so we're trying to reduce the spread. We maxed it at a 1 cent or 2 cent spread. So basically what that means is when someone bought a share or swiped and bought a share, let's say it was priced at 90 cents, the spread was like 88 cents or like 87, 86 cents. And so users were instantly at a loss when they bought something through our app, because the seller was only offering 86 cents. So if they bought at 90 cents, which is what the buyer was offering, the seller was only offering a bid at 86 cents. So they'd instantly lose 4 cents. So we've made it smaller and filtered them out so that there's only 1 cent spreads. So this should make users lose less money initially and just create a better experience overall. The other thing we added is we added a feedback function, because, you know, this is a vibe coded app. There probably are going to be a bunch of problems. So when we do launch, we want people telling us what those problems are. But yeah, that's kind of been everything. Tomorrow or the day after, we're probably going to test the app out further, because today we kind of added the features. I think tomorrow we're going to test the features. But yeah, closing in on 3 hours today. Hope everyone has a fantastic holidays and a good day. But yeah, stay on the grind, and I'll catch you in the next stream. Peace out.